Rape culture exposed by everyone in a new group, a group that has gotten over 1,000 testimonies from children and young people exposing rape culture at school and sometimes university. Chief Constable Simon Bailey is the lead officer for Operation Hydrant, the National Task Force for Child Sexual Abuse Investigation in Institutions. He has asked parents to hand their children over to the police if they've been involved in any abusive sexual behaviour, like passing nude photos of school friends around in groups on their phones. This is not the solution to hand children over to the police. They're victims of the system as well. How can you send a child to school who is there more than a parent is in their life, that is responsible for their education and consciousness? Then the child is punished for what the school engineered them to become. Stop blaming children. This is a problem adults have caused. If women do porn, make nude pictures, and do prostitution to empower themselves, which has been stated by members of some of the third wave feminist groups, if this objectification of women affects young boys, who is really to blame? They should not be going to the police as stated, they should be educated. But hey, isn't that why they're going to school? Isn't that what school is for? Or is school just another inversion? School doesn't educate you, it trains you to fit into the system. And the system is corrupt, and therefore it needs corruption in the people going into it. 93% of children have watched porn before they're 18 in some studies. In one study, widely cited in the media, 42% of internet users aged 10 to 17 said they viewed porn online in the last 12 months. But 66% of those who said they saw porn online said they weren't looking for it and saw it accidentally, according to the 2017 study by University of New Hampshire. Hardcore porn behaviours are being normalised. We, the adults, are letting our children down. We are letting them be succumbed to rape culture. Cindy Gallop, founder and chief executive officer of the sex education site Make Love, Not Porn, which does contain adult content, believes there is a definite correlation between hardcore online porn young men are watching and their sexual behaviours. In this case, we're referring to hardcore porn children are watching, especially male children. We need, as adults, to be careful. This is a good reason for the internet to be policed if we're not careful. Already, YouTube and Twitter are censoring. The solution is to educate the children. That means revamping the school. Try to create consciousness and wisdom, not give them information in the guise of education to reinforce the system. New tools to censor pornography will not work. Children always find a more tech-savvy way to get around these problems. The education happening in the schools, the introduction of gender fluidity, already is confusing children. Children are being bombarded by sex and confused. Has anyone looked at the sacredness of sex or its mysticism? In sex education, do we teach anything spiritual about sex? Or is it just the mechanics of it? Sex education is far from education. It is another inversion. I don't believe in censorship or the illegalization of drugs. Education and freedom is the answer. We cannot ban everything for safety. Unfortunately, life requires risks. However, we can reduce those risks and we can try and make a more mature society.